Hey, welcome back. This is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com. Just couldn't resist, could you? You had to come back for more of this good stuff. Well, today we're going to talk about 7 tips how to get guys to like you. You know, when I started doing this video, I wasn't sure I wanted to talk about how to force another person to feel attraction for you. It felt a little, I don't know, manipulative. But then I remembered my own values about this topic, and I believe deep down, you can't make a person feel something they don't already have the potential to feel. It is very ethical to help a person get past their own stuff so that romance can happen. And as a woman, you have all the requirements, as well as equipment, to get any man to like you. You just got to know how to use it. So let's jump right into the tips with get guys to desire you. Tip number 1, open his mouth. Yeah, the best thing you can do is to get a guy talking. Period, hands down. There's so many benefits to making him talk to you. The first benefit is he's going to trust you more. Ironically, we become more invested in people the more we talk to them. We allow ourselves to reveal each other and be more vulnerable the more we sense we've got a listening ear. If you get him to talk, benefit number 2 is he's going to want to know more about you. The more a person talks about themselves, the more they feel the pull for reciprocation. And the third benefit is he's going to get fired up and more emotional the more he talks to you. When you hit on his passions or you find that button, hammer on that thing. It's his hot button, and it will be the key to getting his emotions going. All right, get him to like you. Tip number 2. Touchy. When it comes to getting a guy to really dig you, you gotta leverage touch as your primary weapon. Nothing makes a guy bond to you more than knowing that you're both physically connected. We men feel that connection right down to our bones. And keep in mind that most men go through most of their lives without getting a lot of physical affection or touch or feedback. It's just not how men console each other or how we interrelate. But we do find this one of the most powerful ways to connect with a woman. Get guys to pay attention to you. Tip number 3, super flirt. Most guys don't notice when a girl is really into them, mostly because women are far too subtle in the way they flirt. I mean, growing up, women are afraid of appearing too forward or too slutty, so they water down their attention and interest in showing it to a guy, which is the kiss of death if you're trying to get a guy to know that he's got the green light to move forward. You gotta be willing to push the envelope here a little bit. Don't play it coy or cool. Go out there on a limb and make it perfectly clear. You'd be surprised what it takes to wake them up. All right, make them fall in like with you. Tip number 4, super compliments. That's right, this is another one of those super tips. Another thing guys don't get a lot of is recognition and compliments. When you appreciate a man, you complete him. So never waste an opportunity to recognize him for something. The best kind of recognition is to point out some part of his character that you admire. Men respond so well to this kind of admiration and respect, you'll think you just cast a spell on him to open his heart. If you think I'm overstating that, you couldn't be more wrong. This is absolutely gold. What you got to do is you got to find a way to dig in and really express a compliment that talks about his character. Now, I call this a super compliment, and it's one of the most lethal love tactics you can use on a guy. All right, make him like you back. Tip number 5, dynamite. Yeah, there was this old 70s show called Good Times that featured this guy named Jimmy Walker, and his catchphrase on the show was dynamite every time he saw something that lit him up. It was on t-shirts everywhere back in the day, I think, and you want to look and be dynamite for him. Pay attention to your appearance. Go the extra mile on your makeup and your wardrobe without looking too try-hard, of course. The visual aspect of attraction is super important to men at first because it tells them a lot about your attitude and attention to your presentation. I've seen a lot of women that look like they just rolled out of bed to go on a date, and that's not what you want to do. We need to get back to our original way of dating, the old school way, because you want him thinking dynamite when he sees you on that date. It's like positive reinforcement and conditioning. Oh, and if you let him know that you did it for him, that's going to make him feel extra hot for you. Get guys to desire you. Tip number 6 is strategic retreat. Sometimes the best thing you can do to get him wanting you is to take away his little drug fix. Remember, there's no harm in reminding a guy of all the great stuff he gets by being with you in a relationship. I call this the loyalty rewards program. Hey, prestigious car companies do this, like BMW. Are you any less valuable? I think not. Every so often you need to remind him about this, okay? You gotta do your own thing. Maybe take a weekend all to yourself to pamper yourself. All the women I've ever considered high value women in my life did this one thing. And as a result, I respected and valued them more because it didn't seem like they were clinging to me. They had their own confidence. Oh, and that leads us to the biggie, tip number 7 for today. Get guys to desire you. Don't try to be confident. Let's face it, most every article out there on the web tells you to just be confident for him. Funny enough, that's the exact same advice that all the articles tell guys to do. Be confident. So how the heck do you actually do that? Well, that's why I'm telling you right here, right now, the most contrary advice you're going to hear. Don't try to put on any kind of appearance with him about this. You can't try to appear confident to someone. The second you try, you look like a complete opposite of what you're trying to accomplish. Instead, express yourself from the things in your life that you feel excited about. Let's say you're really jazzed up about a whole new exercise class you're taking. Well, use that class as a topic of conversation with him. You'll have much more energy and enthusiasm, and that'll come out when you talk about it. He'll feel your vibrance and confidence based on your energy. You see, confidence is as much an expression as it is anything else. It's not something you really possess, it's something you express with your actions. Now, this might be why so many people fail to appear confident. They're always trying to find and hold on to a feeling that really is best shown through words. You see, confidence is irresistible. You probably know this, or at least you suspected it or have heard it sometimes in the past, probably more times than you can count. And if you want to be irresistible to men, you have to know how this secret power works. I can show you the secrets of irresistible desire, what really makes men overpowered and want to beg to be your boyfriend. Just go watch my short presentation on it. You'll see the link below the video here and just below the video. Yep, go ahead and click that, or the link you see on the screen here, and watch that short presentation. It's going to open your eyes. And of course, make sure you do the big 3. Number 1, like this video. Number 2, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss this stuff, right? And number 3, make sure you leave your comments and questions below. And I do check that. I look at that to figure out what I'm going to do the next video on. This is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com. As always, live and love with passion.